Success is not a destination, but a journey. It's the steady forward movement towards your personal goals. So what is failure then? Is it a project that didn't turn out as expected? No. Is it a product that didn't make waves in the market? No. Is it your children not living up to your expectations despite your best efforts? No. Pouring your heart, soul, and energy into something that didn't work out is not failure. Failure, my friends, is not even trying. If success is moving towards your goals, then failure is standing still. It's not making any progress at all. Success and failure are two sides of the same coin, both tied to ambition. Remember, success is action. Failure is inaction. It's as simple as that. One way to learn to do something right is to do something wrong. Failure must teach us, or surely success will not reward us. Studies show that the greatest achievers aren't those who fail the least. No, the greatest achievers are those least afraid of failure. They're willing to take on the challenge without the guarantee of success, seeing the end, but not sure when or where it will be. Many people have a problem with failure. They see it as an end result, not a stepping stone. Quite often, success requires failure, sometimes many failures. In every scientific discovery, there were dozens or hundreds of failures before one success. Without failure, there can be no success. But how do you measure success? How do you know if you're truly successful, especially when your success could be so different from someone else's? Here's how you measure results. Making measurable progress in reasonable time. That's all life asks, making measurable progress in reasonable time. So be reasonable with time. Don't ask someone every 5 minutes, how are you doing? That's too soon, and 5 years is too long. So what is a reasonable time to ask for results as a measure of progress? At the end of the day, you can't let more than a day go by without getting some things done. Some things you've got to get done within a day. Some things you've got to get done within a week. A week is a good chunk of time. Now, what if your results are not that good right now? What if you're going through some tough times and aren't quite sure what to do next? You know why I do seminars and lectures and write books and audio programs? So I can attend them all myself. Read it again myself, listen again myself. I don't do it just to hear myself talk, and I don't do it for the money. I do it because the teacher always receives the greatest lessons he seeks to teach others. What's the best way out of a blue mood? Talk somebody else through theirs. What's the best way out of a mental energy slump? Talk somebody else through theirs. What's the best way to start solving your own problems? Talk to somebody else about theirs. Why? Because when you start talking someone else through their blue mood or their mental slump or their problem, you'll hear yourself say amazing things. You'll hear all the knowledge that you've gathered come out to help this other person, and it will ultimately help you by hearing it again. It just works that way. It's often easier to tap our resources for somebody else than it is to tap them for ourselves. Sometimes defeat is the best beginning. Why? Well, for one, if you're at the very bottom, there's only one way to go, up. But more importantly, if you're flat on your back mentally and financially, you'll usually become sufficiently disgusted to reach way down deep inside yourself and pull out miracles, pull out talents and pull out abilities and pull out desires and determination. When you're flat broke or flat miserable, you'll eventually become so disgusted that you'll pull out the basic essentials required to make everything better. And it's in the face of adversity that things begin to change, that you begin to change. With enough disgust, desire, and determination to change your life, you'll start saying, I've had it, enough of this, no more, never again. Here's where the miracle begins. I've had it. Enough, no more, never again. These words and these thoughts really rattle the power of time and fate and circumstances. And these three things, time and fate and circumstances, all get together and say, okay, we can see that we have no power here. We're facing some major resolve. This guy's not going to give up. He's had it. He's done with all this nonsense. We better step aside and let this guy get by. Resolve inspiration through disgust. But a lot of people don't change themselves. They wait for change. Circumstances to change, the government to change, life to change. What'll that do? Not much. These poor, unfortunate folks accept their defeats and wallow in their self-pity. Why? Because they refuse to take control of the situation. They refuse to take control of their life, their career, their health, their relationships, their finances. They refuse to take control and take responsibility and get sufficiently disgusted to change it. But if you are disgusted, if you are making changes, if this program finds you in the middle of your own personal slump, then I have some words to offer you. Your present failure is a temporary condition. It is only a temporary condition. You will rebound from failure just as surely as you gravitated into failure. Somebody once suggested to me in a bout of failure that I should tell myself that this too shall pass. I firmly believe that you're only given as much as you can handle, as much negativity, as much failure, as much disappointment. This too shall pass if you grasp for a new beginning, if you pull yourself up and move back into the world with a plan. So, as foolish as it might sound, be thankful for your current limitations or failures, for they are building blocks from which to create greatness. You can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do. You can become what you want to become. You can do it all starting now, starting right where you are. So be grateful for adversity, but for your future. Make it work for you, not against you. Make your failures give birth to great opportunity, not prolonged agony. Make your disgust lead to inspiration, not depression. The world will willingly sit by and let you wallow in your sorrows until you die, broke and alone. And here's what else the world will do. The world will step aside and let you by. Once you decide that your present situation is only temporary, once you decide to get back on your feet and make your mark, the world doesn't care which choice you make to stop here or to go on. The world doesn't really care, so you have to. You have to care in your own enlightened self-interest. Give a run at adventure. Keep your eyes firmly on the achievement, on your ambition, and not merely existence and self-pity. Make a commitment to excellence. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue. What you pursue usually eludes you like a butterfly, something you go after that you can't catch. Success is something you attract like a magnet by the person you become. To attract attractive people, we've talked about this before. To attract attractive people, you must be attractive. To attract powerful people, you must be powerful. To attract committed people, you must be committed. Instead of going to work on them, you go to work on yourself. You work harder on yourself than you work on the job, and if you become, you can attract. The whole key is to make yourself valuable. The key is to make yourself attractive. The key is to make yourself skilled, skillful, competent, willing, powerful, unique, sophisticated, cultured, being able to manage, in control, healthy. The whole key really to the future is personal development, because the greatest gift you can give to someone else is your personal development, self-development, self-investment. The greatest gift you can give is your own personal development. If I become 10 times wiser, 10 times stronger, 10 times brighter, 10 times more competent, think of what that will do for my success. If I grow, think of what that will do for my future. Self-development earns success. Self-investment earns respect. And the only way to make a better and better and better investment in your future is to become better and stronger and wiser and more competent. And the more attractive you become, the more attractive you are. And the more attractive you are, the more you attract success. Self-development, self-investment attracts success. That's powerful. There are two qualities that can increase your chances of success. Two very important qualities. Number one, patience. Number two, persistence. Let's talk about patience for a moment. Patience is what? Learning to handle the passing of time. Now, once you've had an appetite for success and you start going for it now, you've got to learn to handle the passing of time. Here's why it takes time. It takes time to build a corporate work of art. It takes time to build a symphony orchestra with flawless music and harmony that sends you on flights of ecstasy to be remembered long after the orchestra has shut down and the lights have gone out. It takes time to put harmony together. It takes time to build a life. It takes time to build an enterprise. It takes time to get through school. It takes time to develop and grow. So give your enterprise time. Give your business time. If you're in management, give your people time. If you're a parent, give your kids time. Don't be too short, too quick. Give them time now, not forever, but time. It takes time. Here's the ultimate challenge. You've got to have patience with yourself. It takes time to make changes in habit and discipline. It takes time to correct old errors in judgment and to finally give up old blame and pick up new responsibility. I'm telling you, it took me some time. I used to blame the government and blame taxes and blame the company and blame the marketplace. It took me a long time to give that up. That was a pretty comfortable list to explain. My empty bank account, pennies in my pocket, nothing in the bank, not doing well. Embarrassed by my situation, it took time to give that up and only blame myself. That took a while. So have patience with yourself, number one. And number two, while you're dealing with the passing of time, number two is to keep doing it. Be persistent. Be tenacious. Keep doing it until as long as you are patient and persistent. It's hard to elude success as long as you maintain patience and persistence. Tenacity. Listen closely, my friend. There exists only one solitary individual who wields the power to draw the line between triumph and defeat. Just one. And that person, my dear reader, is none other than you. So I implore you, cultivate patience and persistence in equal measure. Allow me to explain why this harmonious blend is essential. Firstly, recognize that impatience stands as the most formidable adversary to ambition. While your ambition surges forward, exploring new avenues for success, impatience simmers with frustration. It yearns for shortcuts, for hasty solutions. But here's the truth. Impatience and persistence cannot coexist. Impatience whispers, give up, surrender. Yet your unwavering ambition, fueled by persistence, refuses to yield. What some label as failure, ambition views as a golden opportunity, a chance to recalibrate, to refine your course towards success. And here's a secret. The longer the journey to achievement, the more precious that achievement becomes. Now we'll explore the different aspects of patience. Picture this. You're launching a seafood restaurant brimming with excitement. The aroma of fresh catches fills the air and your heart races. But impatience tugs at your sleeve, urging an early opening. You yield, flinging wide the doors before the grand unveiling. Customers stream in, their appetites whetted by anticipation. They clamor for fresh seafood, their orders echoing through the dining room. Yet panic sets in. You're unprepared. The anticipated seafood shipment won't arrive for another week. Impatience, my friend, has dealt a fatal blow to your restaurant. Patience, on the other hand, would have whispered wisdom. Wait, prepare, ensure excellence. Remember this lesson well, for it applies not only to restaurants, but to every endeavor under the sun. Now let's say you've got a great new product that's scheduled to come out on the market in the next several months. Everything's going according to plan, so you start planning your ads, start planning big public relations events. You're so sure that it's going to happen that you set a date. The engineers told you that the product's not ready, but you're sure it will be. You start planning everything. Invite lots of people, influential people, buyers of your product. You're so excited that you went ahead without the product actually being done. Come the week of the grand unveiling, the engineers come to you and say it still doesn't work. Your impatience just lost you credibility in the marketplace. That's number one. Be patient in knowing the difference between when the opportunity is right and when more work needs to be done. Here's number two. Remain alert even if opportunity doesn't come right away. Make sure that your patience allows you to keep your eyes open and ready for opportunity. Keep looking. Be patient. Number three, keep preparing for opportunities. Even if there's a delay, even if things aren't going just the way you think they should. Keep your disappointments at bay and keep getting ready for opportunities. Be prepared. Always be prepared. Don't let impatience allow you to give up. Number four, take the little setbacks in stride. Take the little successes in stride. Don't let small disappointments discourage you. Don't let the little successes delude you. Avoid the emotional roller coaster that will always disrupt your plan. Number five, if you're waiting on the decisions of others, be patient. You cannot control the decision-making abilities of others. You cannot control their timing. If your project was to come up before the board in one meeting and time ran out and they moved your project to the top of the agenda for the next meeting, be patient. Don't be frustrated about what you have no control over. And number six, take a vacation from your ambition. If you've been working day after day, week after week, month after month without a break, take a vacation from your ambition. The patient person, secure in their ambition, knows that the drive and ambition will still be there even after some time off. As a matter of fact, with some time off, the ambition will have a stronger pull than ever when you come back to it. Persistence is patience in action. Persistence is creative, always looking for new opportunities. Persistence is courageous. It doesn't give in to fear. Persistence is hopeful. It doesn't let discouragement through the door. Persistence is positive. It keeps you on track with your plans and your goals. And the last thing that persistence is cheerful, not gloomy, cheerful. Persistence knows that gloom and depression and disappointments waste energy. Cheerfulness creates it. Patience and persistence are both required for success. And as we end this side, please remember that success and failure are also intricately intertwined. For without failure, you can never appreciate success. Success. And quite often without failure, there will never be success. As we journey through self-belief and vision, we encounter a vast ocean filled with waves of fear and doubt. These waves try to push us back to the shore of comfort, but every achiever had to cross this ocean. Fear and doubt are not just obstacles. They're also signs that we're leaving our comfort zones. Feeling fear is natural when we tackle something significant, but it's in these moments that we must find the courage to push ahead. Here's a strategy that helped me. Confront your fears and act despite them. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting despite being afraid. Each time you face your fears, you weaken them and gain strength, wisdom, and confidence. I've faced my fair share of fears and doubts. There were times when I doubted myself, moments when doubt almost suffocated my dreams. But I learned to ask myself, what's the worst that can happen? Most times, the worst wasn't as bad as I imagined. And even when it was, I realized that not trying, not giving my dreams a chance was a bigger risk than failing. So how do we put this into practice in our lives? Begin by acknowledging your fears, not as adversaries, but as indicators guiding you towards growth. Then take small, steady steps to confront them. It could be speaking up in a meeting, sharing your ideas with a colleague, or tackling a challenging project. With each step, you'll notice your fears weakening and your confidence growing. And when doubt creeps in, challenge it. Hold on to the belief in your vision and past successes, no matter how minor. Remember, every great achievement starts with a courageous first step. As we journey forward, let's welcome our fears and doubts as companions, not obstacles. They're here to strengthen us, to shape us into individuals capable of extraordinary feats. The courage to press on despite fear, the resilience to overcome doubt. These are the qualities that set dreamers apart from achievers. Let's be the achievers. Let's take those uncertain steps towards the future we envision. Because beyond fear and doubt lies a world brimming with opportunities waiting for us to seize them. In our quest for self-improvement, having conquered fear and doubt, we now navigate the waters of discipline and consistency. This phase tests our determination, our commitment to the path we've chosen. It's about doing what's necessary even when the initial enthusiasm wanes. Discipline and consistency act as the engines propelling our journey forward, especially when enthusiasm wanes. Consider discipline not as a burden, but as a liberator. It's the discipline to rise early to pursue your dreams, to resist distractions, and to persevere when results feel distant. Consistently doing what's right, even when it's hard, is the key. This consistent effort is the magic that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary.